Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have an ROG Strix G16 laptop, the 2023 model. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your speakers. So first thing, power down your computer, make sure that it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip your computer over to access the bottom case screws. Now this computer has 11 screws near the red arrows that need to be removed. The bottom screw near the blue arrow is a captive screw that will not actually come out of the bottom case when you unscrew it. It actually lifts the bottom case up a little bit to help you start prying it off. After you have the screws removed, you take a small flat pry tool and you're going to start in that corner near the blue arrow and you're going to pry the seam of the bottom case up from the rest of the computer. Now don't put the pry tool too far in, you could damage some internal components. Keep it on the edge, go nice and slow but firm, and you'll be able to get that bottom case off. After you do, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now as a general computer repair side note, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like any help with tools or supplies for your computer project, as well as any of the replacement and upgrade parts for this specific model computer, I will have a link above, also below in the description, and it will be a list of all the tools and supplies, as well as the replacement and upgrade parts for this computer. Now, before touching anything in a computer, it's always best to unplug your battery first. Computers are safer to work on when as little power as possible is running through them. Now this is your battery right here along the bottom of my screen. To access the battery plug, we have to access that small fan that sits directly above it. The fan is held in by the two screws near the red arrows and plugs into the motherboard near the blue arrow. Now when unplugging that fan, be very careful. Fan wires are very fragile. If you pull them too hard or incorrectly, you could damage the wire. Sometimes you could pull it right out of the plug. So be very careful. Try to use your fingernails or a pry tool to wiggle that plug out of that port instead of just pulling on it. The battery is held down by the screws near the red arrows and plugs into the motherboard near the blue arrow. Now to get that plug up, there's a metal bar right next to the blue arrow. You have to slide that bar to the right and that releases the battery plug. After that, you can pop that battery plug directly up and off of the motherboard to unplug it. This computer has two speakers as noted near the red arrows, and they are not actually screwed down. If you notice the colored rubber washers over those posts for sound insulation, that's all that's holding them down. So if you need to take them up or replace them, all you do is wiggle them right off of those posts and you can get them up. Now the speaker on the left side of my screen does not plug into the motherboard itself. Instead, as you can see by the wires run near the bottom edge of the computer, the left-hand speaker plugs into the right-hand speaker, and that speaker plugs into the motherboard near the blue arrow. Couple things to mention about this. The wire that connects the two speakers, make sure that you run that the exact way it's seen here. If you're replacing it and you're putting in a new set, or if you just have to take those up for any reason, make sure you run those wires exactly as they're supposed to be. If you don't, they could pinch on something when you try to shut the computer and they could be damaged. Also, these wires are very fragile and thin. Make sure when you're unplugging it near the blue arrow, make sure that you're trying to manipulate the plug as much as possible with your fingernails or a pry tool. Try not to pull on the wires more than necessary. I will try to have a speaker replacement set for you in the description in that link I told you about with all of the tools and supplies and replacement parts for this computer. And as an extra side note, if you are having sound quality issues in your computer, if your sound is not consistent across different platforms, try updating your drivers first and trying to fix it that way before assuming that it's a speaker issue and trying an invasive repair like this. I will have a video tutorial link below in the description, also above in the video, and it will show you how to make sure your drivers are updated so you can rule that out first. And lastly, as long as you're in your computer, check out near the blue arrows, this is your RAM. RAM is a large part of your computer's speed and performance ability, and this computer has a good amount of RAM upgrades available. If you want more information on how to upgrade this RAM, check out the video that pops up when this one's done, and I'll explain more about that. If you have any questions, check out the FAQs below in the description. It could save you some time getting an answer. If you do need to leave me a question or comment, please feel free. I try to check those a couple times a day at least. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.